just a little cooler than we'd like to have seen it to put corn in the ground. So we started with soybeans, and by midweek last week we were no-tilling soybeans, and I guess we got one field left. We were about 92, 93% complete by Friday evening, and with the warmer weather setting in here and the ground conditions being pretty ideal, on the 24th of April, we made the decision to switch over and get some corn acres planted. So that's where we're at today.
Well, how much waiting around did you have to do this spring? Because, man, we were talking before we got started. It just feels like it rained and rained and rained, and if it wasn't raining, it was windy and just nasty. So never really got a chance for the ground to dry out. How much waiting around did you do this spring?
Yeah, a little bit, but if we had where we started, I believe it was the 14th of April there on soybeans. That'd be a pretty good jump for our area, So when March was so warm and things seemed like they were transitioning early, you got to keep in mind that calendar. And with Easter being late this year, I feel like we got off to a pretty decent start up here. Now, we've been probably a little bit drier than those in southern McLean County are going on down towards you and DeWitt. A lot of that moisture, and that was all winter long. I'm guessing you had more snow in your area than we did here.
Yeah.
In any single event. So, yeah, while we never did quite dry out, we've always just been on the verge of being dry. I know the lakes up here got pretty low at times, and I think things have had a decent chance to recharge, but soil conditions are pretty ideal right now for us.
So what is an ideal day to be planning for you then? I mean, what do you need leading up to getting the planter out, and what's an ideal day for you there, Dave?
Yeah, well, it's we've shifted our thinking here the last few years, and we would always said that 18th to 20th of April would have been our wheelhouse for getting the corn planter going. And the past it started probably 5-6 years ago at least, where the industry told us, why don't you think about putting some soybeans in the ground? When with them cooler ground conditions, they seem to be able to handle it a little better. So we made that transition, as did a lot of operations in our area, and we actually see ourselves starting with a soybean crop before the corn until we get to warmer weather. Now, obviously, the last few days, we're creeping up to that 80-degree mark. This soil's warming up. I'd say it's a pretty ideal time now for corn to be going in the ground.
Sure. So, again, that's Dave Mole, who farms in the northeast corner of McLean County. In this special planning report, I'm Seth Lawrence.
You've got choices. You've got options. And selections, favorites, picks, takes, votes, preferences, leanings, whatever you call them. What's important is that you've got them. At Wyffels Hybrids, we've made our choice to remain an independent U.S. farm family-owned company, free to make the best decisions for our business and that of our customers. So make your choice, or whatever you call it, and plant your independence. Wyffels Hybrids.
Agriculture is one of the cornerstones of our community and economy. Working in agriculture takes fortitude, faith, and a knowledgeable financial partner. This is Julie Nodal, and we at First National Bank want to be your partner. We have been helping farmers grow their operations and weather uncertain times since 1930. With firsthand knowledge of agriculture and its challenges, we are committed to you. Let us help you succeed now and for future generations to come. First National Bank, the quality bank, member FDIC.
Spring is here, and Illinois can look forward to planting a new crop. Wind. Apex Clean Energy projects are strengthening America's energy independence while receiving broad support from local farmers and landowners. Participation is 100% voluntary. Landowners who choose to host wind energy on their land will receive 30-plus years of steady revenue, and communities receive local property taxes to fund our schools, roads, first responders, and more. Let's plant the seeds of a stronger, more secure future in Illinois. Go to apexcleanenergy.com/landowners.
During this tough time in agriculture, I can save you thousands of dollars by rebuilding your existing planter instead of trading for a newer model. I'm Bryce Hennings, owner of Hennings Equipment Company, a precision planting premier dealer based in Assumption. Let my 13 years of experience in precision ag save you money as you face lower commodity prices. Let me service your planter, whether it's a general inspection, rebuild, or a technology upgrade. I can service your planter whether it's still factory equipped or as any of today's modern upgrades. Find me online at henningseq.com. That's henningseq.com.
WTIM planting reports are brought to you by our title sponsor, Apex Clean Energy, planting the seeds for a better future in Illinois. Also brought to you by Wiffles Hybrids and your local Wiffles Hybrids seed dealer. C&B Bank and Trust, U of I Extension, Christian County, First National Bank of Taylorville, Central Commodity FS, First National Bank of Pana, Hennings Equipment Company, Rohrer Seed, J&J Fencing, Shelby Electric Cooperative, and Kaufman Realty.
Your information station, WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM morning show here on your information station, WTIM. We're brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining me in this segment is Bruce Blanchon. My goodness, I don't know if I've ever had that much trouble. Bruce Blanchon is the executive director of the Christian County YMCA. Bruce, good morning to you.
Hey,
sir.
good morning, Grayson. How are you?
Good. And always glad to have you here in studio to talk about the YMCA and what's going on. And in our last interview, we talked about the Color Run and Healthy Kids Day. That sounded like it was going to be a great event to me, and it sounds like it went just as smooth as it sounded like it could. What could you tell me about Healthy Kids Day, the Color Run, and kind of what took place?
I tell you what, the staff did a great job. We had several vendors out there. They had 93 kids or adults, family members that were involved in the Color Run. It went well, really well. And then there were several other vendors out there. There was a bounce house, there was bubbles and a small little obstacle course. And I mean, there was a lot of stuff out there. The Christian County Fairgrounds were a great place to host it. It's always nice to have it at the Y, but when you have soccer on a Saturday and there's 19 teams playing, it makes for, there's not a whole lot of extra parking at the Y. So when we talked about having it offsite, I think we kind of just thought that was a perfect spot for it, and it really was. So big shout out to the Christian County Fair and all of those folks, and Jim Olive and the board for letting us host it out there. So it went great.
Community coming together to help the community there. And yeah, this space needed for something like that to have. Perfect. I mean, so I'm glad to hear that it went as well as I thought it could for you. And the Healthy Kids Day Color Run, you touched on spring soccer there as well. For you guys this year, I believe you told me it was a record number of folks.
Yeah, we had spring is always big, but we have 19 teams, over 215 kids. That's a lot in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the nice thing is really the last 3 or 4 years, the numbers have kind of gradually gone up in each spring and fall session. So that's a good thing. And, you know, those are always good problems to have when you're serving more people and more kids are happy playing soccer. I know for Tanner, he's got to try to find more coaches, and he's calling parents and trying to get more volunteers and to coach and more sponsors, but it usually all comes together. And he does a great job organizing it, and many of the parents are really, really pleased with the program. So this Saturday will be a little different. We'll have Nesty's out there. He'll have his food truck, and we're going to see how that goes, because next Saturday we're having an all-star tournament, all-star games really for kids in every age group. And there'll be a male or boy and a girl division, kind of really just boy and girl teams. They all get to play a game. So everyone in the program will be in the all-star games. So pretty cool.
215.
And yeah, Tanner's got a great thing going, and hopefully we'll have the food vendor back next weekend with their food truck, and it'll go. Hopefully it'll go really well. Hopefully weather permitting, right?
Weather permitting.
You never know with the spring, but we've had some rainouts, and then Tanner's communicated with coaches and tried to reschedule, and we've tried to get almost all the games rescheduled and get them played, because that's a big thing. Everyone wants to play their games. They want to come out and have their kid enjoy the program. So it's a lot of fun.
Spring soccer going just as well. 215 kids. It's a lot of kids, a lot of teams, 19 of them. In fact, and we're using this Saturday kind of as a test run, a trial for it, and then we're going to figure out if food vendors and everything will go good.
Yeah, this is the last week of our regular season, and we'll have the food truck, and hopefully it'll go well, and hopefully then next week it'll go even smoother. So
weather permitting, and weather looks pretty good for this week. So let's hope it stays that way. Any other things when it comes to some plans for camps and events and different things like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of little things that we're talking about. We've got summer day camp planned for kids that are in ages 5 through 12, basically kindergarten through 6th grade. We have got just about 12 weeks of day camp from the time school gets out to the time they go back. That we've got theme weeks. Each week there's a different theme. We'll be taking some field trips. We'll be taking them to Painted to go swim over there and hang out in Kitchell Park. And we'll be going to the Scoville Zoo and the Science Center and, probably the museum in St. Louis, just trying to take them to different places, give them some cultural experiences as well as educational and just fun, because it is the summer and they're there to have fun. But we're going to try different things. We'll try a STEM week and, try to get some science and engineering going and try to do some educational things there. And then, there's always other nice themed weeks planned. So we've got, I think we were talking the other day, they said we have close to about 11 staff hired. We had close to 60 kids registered. And then that number continues to rise. So that's a good, those are all great things for the Y. Our goal is to serve as many kids as possible. And hopefully everyone enjoys their summer and has a blast.
And a nice way of doing so would be themed weeks, 12 weeks of field trips and fun, and summer day camp with already nearly 60 kids, 11 staff dedicated to it, coming up very, very soon. Man, time is just flying.
Oh, I know. You never know. It'll be the first day of camp here before long. So, and we've got more staff that we're looking to interview, more potential counselors. So, and we're working on trying to coordinate some summer swim lessons. We've done privates, and we're doing lessons right now for kids in Vision Way and St. Mary's and Morrisonville schools, but during the day, and we're getting them to the Y and doing some private lessons, but we try to do group lessons in the summer. So we'll try to get and coordinate group lessons in the summer. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we can coordinate that, get that out to the schools. And, in a group class, usually try to have 6 to 8 in a class with your instructor, based on their skill level is how we'll have a test day and then test their skills and then put them in their class level with their appropriate skill, like coach and swim instructor and participants, and hopefully by the end of the session that they learn a life skill that is very, very important for all kids to know how to swim,
especially as the summer months come rolling.
That's right.
And you just never know when that might be needed. So summer swim lessons more than likely be group lessons, and also summer day camp. So a lot going on, whether it's a big event like a Healthy Kids Day or some small events that we're going to have scattered out throughout the calendar as well. Well, I am joined right now by Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA, Bruce Blanchon. Bruce and I have been talking a little bit about Healthy Kids Day and the color run that happened, spring soccer, as well as their plans for summer day camp and more events coming up here soon. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to talk more about the Christian County YMCA here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.com.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Lower across the board with corn, beans, and Chicago wheat. May corn down 7.5, 453 3/4. July corn down 7 3/4, 461 1/4. December new crop 445.5, down 4 3/4. May beans down 2 1/4, 1046.5. July beans down 3.5, 1054.5. November new crop 10.28 and a quarter, down 2 and a quarter. May Chicago wheat 5.25 and a quarter, down 1 and a quarter. July wheat down 6 3/4, 5.36 and a quarter. May bean meal 291.50, that's up $1.30. May bean oil 49.05, down 3 cents. Livestock market, May feeders 295.02, up 7 cents. June live cattle up $1.20, 212.30. May lean hogs 92.22, down 72 cents. Energy market, June crude oil 56.74, down $1.50.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Chip Flory. We join you weekday mornings from 10 to 11 on WTIM on AM and FM and on the WTIM streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on your ag information station, WTIM.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson with Advanced Title Group Incorporated in Taylorville. We are Christian County's only locally owned title company with over 100 years of title experience in our office. Whether you are selling, buying, building, or refinancing your home, farm, business, or land, choose Advanced Title Group. Visit us at advancedtitlegroup.com. Stop in on the northwest corner of the Taylorville Square or call 824-8007. Advanced Title Group, excellence with integrity and experience.
Hi, I'm Brenda Elder, Executive Director of the Shelby County Economic Development Corporation. If you're looking to grow your business, we're here to help. From supporting our local businesses to attracting new investment, everything we do is focused on building a brighter future for Shelby County. We sponsor job fairs to connect local talent with great employers and inspire entrepreneurs through the Shelby County CEO program. Click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Shelby County Economic Development, growing business, growing community.
Just Beds are the yawn exterminators, and they can give you a better night's sleep. Choose from Bemco, Chatham & Wells, Sealy, Simmons, and Tempur-Pedic. Find out the many models and styles available on their updated website by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
At Land of Lincoln Credit Union, you can bank on learning more. Find out how they can help you and your family with their products and services by clicking their banner ad on top of the police blotter page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show, which is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm Grayson Bauman. Joining me is the Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA, Bruce Blanchon. We talked Healthy Kids Day and the Color Run, spring soccer, as well as other plans for upcoming summer events. And we want to continue where we left off with that. Other mini camps that we're working to offer with the Christian County YMCA. What can you tell me?
Well, we're working to try to offer an outdoor adventure camp for young kids, and they'd actually kind of do a little orienteering and trying to discover Bigfoot. And then we actually, the plan is to maybe take a small little trip to the Allerton Park and kind of go through the trails and see what they can discover. And then there's also a park in Blue Mound that we talked about, maybe taking them over there and doing a little discovery over there too. And then we're working with some local coaches, try to get some sports camps going, a couple hours a day here and there. And then just working on some skills, whether it's basketball or pitching or volleyball. We're just trying to coordinate some of those things so that kids can kind of give them something else to play in the summer. And then we got a big golf outing coming up. So we've got, it's our annual, and then we say 19th is what it says on the flyer. But I remember when I was here from 91 to 03, we had a golf outing. Now at some point they stopped it, didn't have it, but we've had 19 consecutive golf outings. It's going to be Friday, June 13th. It's at Lakeshore. It's $100 per player. It's a great outing. We serve free, you get lunch for free. And then we try to have some small swag bags for everybody, some golf balls and things in there. And then we thank everyone for playing. They get out with their foursomes. They go out and have a good time. And then And we're lucky because we get folks like Ron's Produce and Pepsi, Refreshment Services Pepsi, and County Market. They'll donate all the food items and things for the event, and soda and water, and then we have our outing, and then afterwards we present the winners. So it's a lot of fun. It's a full day. It's usually out there around 7:00. Finishing by about 7:30, but I'll tell you what, it's a really fun day. It's a good fundraiser for the Y, it's a small fundraiser that enables us to still serve those who are financially they have a little trouble to pay the membership or pay for a program. So it really helps our scholarship fund, and it helps the Y and helps us serve more people.
And you mentioned that will be on June 13th at
Friday,
Lakeshore.
Yep, Friday, June 13th at Lakeshore.
And that will be going towards
get your foursomes and come on out and play.
$100 a person,
$100 a person, $400 a team. Yep, that's it.
So June 13th, Friday, June 13th, 7 a to 7 p. It's gonna be a time.
You know what? We're out there at 7. Shotguns start at noon.
At noon.
Okay. We're usually done by about 5 or so. 5:15, 5:30. Then we recognize the winners. Everyone gets to eat some meal there. Jason does a great job. Jason Bolding and his staff serving us some good tacos and Mexican food, and then we get everyone on their way.
Well, if you had me out there, it'd be till 7 for sure. I don't know where they lie most of the time. So check them out for that. Friday, June 13th, their golf outing, their 19th annual, maybe. He knows that for sure. It's been going for at least a little while now. So joining us here in studio, Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA, Bruce Blanchard. Bruce, thank you for joining me.
Grayson, thanks for everything.
And always a pleasure to have you on the first Monday of every month. He'll be back around then. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
News this hour from townhall.com.